Here we are in Panglao on the way to CarTech to install stainless exhaust on this Ford Ranger Raptor 2-liter bi-turbo. As you can see right now, there's basically zero. Yeah, you can hear the engine a bit, but there's no exhaust sound at all. Let me roll down the window. Same, nothing. So now we're going to install a stainless exhaust, lighten it up a bit, get a little better flow, and some sound from that engine. So here we are at CarTech, Panglao, Bohol, Philippines. And this is where we're probably going to do some other work for the Pajero. The Kinagawa billet fan turbo is going to be installed on Pajero at this garage. So on these Rangers, or at least the Raptor as far as I know, the exhaust comes out right there, just before the rear axle. And as you can see, there's absolutely zero sound, nothing. And that's what we're hoping to change today. First, we're going to disconnect the battery, as the adjustment welding is going to be on the car, and obviously we don't want to fry our computer. Once again, my trusty favorite tools, Mob. So let's take a look underneath this thing. By the way, I'm not getting paid to advertise for them. I just really like the tool. Okay, so yeah, you can see the end comes out here, right before the rear differential. And so we're going to eliminate this big massive muffler here, and that looks like a silencer. And we're gonna go up to right there, just after the flex tube. We don't want to mess with the cat or any of that stuff, so this will just be from the cat back. The first move is to lubricate your nuts there, nuts and bolts. And then we're going to rebuild the hangers too out of stainless. So just copy this system basically. Something we noticed here is that the weight of the muffler really moves that flexible around, which is, I mean, that's designed to move and that's normal. But I think in taking some weight off of the system, that's gonna move that much less, which means that we're gonna save some life on that thing there. So here we have the muffler cut off. Yeah, it's probably not quite 30 kilo, maybe, I don't know, maybe 20, 25, something like that. It's a little bit lighter than I expected. Here's the resonator. Obviously that's not very restricted there. So the big difference will probably be in the muffler. There's the catalytic converter there. So we decided to cut it off here at this point. That way if the owner for any reason wants to put this back to stock, is all we have to do is cut it again and weld the original back on. So, and then it's going to drop right there before the differential. Now this tip will be trimmed later. So now we're just fitting it up. Now we got our tack welds done, and this is the finish that he does. I mean, that's really nice. There's two welds there, you can barely even see them. It's so smooth. But anyway, that's what the rest is going to look like. Now we're stuck. Ah, there you go. Once again, CarTech is sponsoring this particular job today. Coming up will be the Pajero 4M40 turbo, Kinagawa T15 turbo with the billet wheels. So it's going to be larger and it's going to spin faster. And we're hoping to do that job here as well at Cartech Auto Service. So the original exhaust is just slightly smaller than 2.5 inch. So that joins up real nice there. So everything on back is bonus. If you order one of these exhausts from us, this here will be all stainless. So this will be one-piece stainless all the way up to here with a stainless flange. We're just doing this because this particular customer may want to change back to the original exhaust. So we're building this in a way today that this is easy to switch back to the original or to modify in some other way. Maybe we'll put an opening valve that exits directly onto the original exhaust. So, but if you order one of these, this will all be stainless. This flange will also be stainless. So everybody at the garage is laughing about this. I'm really surprised about that. That's at least an inch smaller there. So we're gonna modify this or do something. On a turbo diesel, you don't need back pressure. So we're gonna do something to make that more free flowing. It can be challenging in the Philippines to find well-equipped shops. Also, a lot of times when you have a job done, some of the mechanics here are not very careful about removing broken parts. I've actually found a broken lug bolt inside of my rear wheel hub that was replaced by a well-known, well-respected four-wheel drive shop in Luzon, and they literally left a broken lug inside of the rear wheel drum, and it damaged the parking brake and all that stuff. So finding a good garage that's well equipped. Here's the vulcanizing station. You can see they even have a vacuum for cleaning out the inside of the tire to make sure there's no debris inside. Then they've got the wheel tire change set there. Obviously wheel balancer, nice oil recovery system, serious air compressor, and they do have a lot of specialty tools too for a variety of problems. So yeah, that's why I brought my car here, in case we ran into any snags. I knew for sure that we would be prepared to handle any unforeseen challenges. So we've got welders, we've got all kinds of high-tech equipment here. So if you need anything special done and you want to be sure the job is done right, I strongly recommend Cartech. They have a great reputation. All the foreigners that I've talked to here know them and all have positive things to say about them. So anyway, great garage, and I really appreciate them letting us do our Raptor exhaust here. Very cool. Let's see how our friend Alex is doing on that. Aluminum Corvette C4 tire there. Now the old one is 3-inch on the out of the muffler, but that's meaningless because it's 2.5 there. Actually, it's a little bit smaller. It's just under 2.5, and this now is 2.5. So, and here's the welding work. Super good job there. Very perfectionist. I should have cleaned this up a bit before doing video, but anyway. Very nice work. So, yeah, this would be pretty cool on there. And then we did open up that gasket. So now we literally do have 2.5, or close to 2.5 there. whereas before it was probably 1.5. So that's going to be a big difference there. Here we are, all installed. Got our perfectionist welding here. Very nice. That's just an absolutely perfect fit. So fits exactly the same as the original, but much less weight. So we're gonna have less wear on the flexi connector there. And then if anyone out there wants to order one of these, it's going to be stainless from the flange all the way back. So it'd be ready to bolt on. And then just get a gasket with a larger inside diameter, so you're not restricting the exhaust there, and you're all set to go. So these can be shipped directly out. Let us know.
Little bit you have, brother. Huh? Little bit noisy you have.
So I just wanted to do a closing video on this. I'm using a new camera slash phone, and I think the sound might not be as good as the previous one I was using, unfortunately. So we're not getting the sound quite as accurately as it is in person. But the exhaust note is really nice, and you do hear the turbos actually spinning from the tailpipe. But this owner in particular didn't want something obnoxiously loud or that would draw too much attention from authorities. So this exhaust came out exactly right. It produced much more lower end immediate torque all the way up through the power band, but most importantly right from the start. It really spools up much quicker now. One, by eliminating that gasket restriction, and two, by the larger exhaust with no restrictions. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys get some horsepower out of this. Let us know if you'd like the exhaust system mailed to you. Thanks a lot. Bye.
This is what you eat with the turbo diesel tuning. Yum yum.
Yum yum. Masa rub. This one's tuna, right? Mm-hmm. Tuna, marinated pork chop, chicken, rice, chili pepper, and calamansi. Yay!